Hi, welcome to today's deep dive lessons from Star with Why. The importance of starting with why. Many people and organizations know what they do. Some know how they do it, but very few know why they do it. The why is not about making money or getting attention. The why is the reason that drives everything else. It is the purpose, cause, or belief that inspires people from within. When people or businesses start with why, they are more successful, more trusted, and more likely to inspire others. The Golden Circle concept. There is a simple way to understand how some leaders and companies inspire more than others. It is called the Golden Circle. The Golden Circle has three layers: why, how, and what. The outer circle is what, which means the product or service you offer. The middle circle is how, which means the process or approach used. The inner circle is why, which means the reason behind everything. Most people and organizations move from the outside in. They start with what, then explain how, and rarely talk about why. But inspired leaders and organizations start from the inside out. They begin with why, then move to how, and finally to what. This makes a huge difference in how people respond. The biology of human decision-making. The reason the Golden Circle works is that it aligns with how our brain functions. The limbic part of the brain controls feelings, trust, and behavior, but has no capacity for language. The neocortex is responsible for logic and language, but not for decision-making. Starting with why appeals to the limbic brain. It helps people feel a connection and trust the decision they are making, even if they cannot explain it in words. When companies only focus on what and how, they rely on facts and features which people do not emotionally connect with. But when they start with why, they speak directly to the part of the brain that influences decisions. Clarity of why, discipline of how, consistency of what. To inspire and lead effectively, three elements must be aligned. Clarity of why means you are completely clear about your purpose or belief. Discipline of how means you stay true to your values and guiding principles. Consistency of what means everything you say and do reflects your why. This alignment builds trust and loyalty because people can see that your actions match your beliefs. When a company or leader loses clarity or fails to remain consistent, people begin to feel uneasy. They may not know why, but they sense something is wrong. That is because their limbic brain is picking up the inconsistency. Trust is built on authenticity. People follow those who are authentic, not those who try to be everything to everyone. Trust comes from acting in a way that is consistent with your beliefs. You cannot fake authenticity. If you say one thing but do another, people will stop believing you. Great leaders do not try to convince people with logic alone. They show who they are by staying true to their cause. They attract people who believe what they believe, and together they build a strong culture of trust and loyalty. The celery test for clarity. A useful idea for staying focused on your why is called the celery test. Imagine you go to the grocery store and get advice from many experts. One says, buy cookies, another says, buy soda, another says, buy celery, and someone else says, buy rice milk. If you do not have a clear why, you may buy everything to please everyone. But if your why is to live a healthy lifestyle, you will choose celery and rice milk and ignore the rest. The celery test helps you decide what to do and what to avoid based on your purpose. It ensures your decisions are consistent with your values. The power of those who believe. Inspired leaders do not force people to follow them. Instead, they attract followers who share their belief. These followers become loyal not because of what the leader does, but because of why they do it. When people believe what you believe, they go out of their way to support you, promote you, and even sacrifice for you. This is why movements start with a small group of believers who spread the message. Inspired leaders focus on finding and serving these believers. They know that mass appeal comes after deep belief, not the other way around. Leadership is about people, not authority. Being a leader does not mean being the boss or having a title. It means having followers. Leadership comes from the ability to inspire and influence others, not from power or control. True leaders create an environment where people feel safe, valued, and connected to a bigger purpose. When people feel part of something meaningful, they give more of themselves. They take initiative, they support each other, and they stay loyal through difficult times. Leadership is not about being in charge. It is about taking care of those in your charge. Great companies think, act, and communicate from the inside out. Successful companies operate differently than most. Instead of focusing on products and profits, they focus on their belief. They think, act, and communicate from the inside out. Everything they do is a reflection of their why. Their marketing, their hiring, their product development all begin with their purpose. This approach creates a powerful connection with customers, employees, and partners. It makes the company more resilient and adaptable because its foundation is strong. It is not dependent on trends or competition because it is rooted in something deeper. The law of diffusion of innovation. New ideas and technologies do not spread evenly. They follow a pattern called the law of diffusion of innovation. At the start are the innovators who love new ideas. Then come the early adopters who see the potential and take a chance. After them are the early majority, then the late majority, and finally the laggards who resist change. To reach the majority, you must first win over the early adopters. These are the people who believe in your why and are willing to take a risk. They help spread the word and attract more people. Trying to appeal to everyone from the beginning will make your message weak and unclear. Focus on those who believe and let them lead the way. Thank you for listening, and please like the video and subscribe for more great upcoming content that will put you in top 1% people in the world.